Dr. Debbie Pates here. I am going to lead you through a modified version of Shiva Ray's Agni Namaskar series, which is the one I did earlier with 108 push-ups. We're going to take a couple of breaks between the sets this time though, and then we'll finish up with a couple of stretches. You won't be able to see me the whole time, but I think you'll be able to see enough. Let's get started with 2 straight up sun salutations just to get a little bit warm, and then we'll move right on in. I'm gonna back up here. Surya Namaskar A. So I guess you probably can't see my head. Hello. Okay, my sunglasses. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Bring your hands together overhead and pull your energy into your heart. So if you can't see me, inhale your arms up. Bring your hands together overhead. Pull your energy into your heart. Inhale your arms up. One more time. Get some celestial goodness and bring that home. Let it rest in your heart. Sun A, inhale your arms up. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Put your hands underneath your shoulders. Step back, high plank. Lower halfway or all the way. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. A couple of breaths here. Look in between your hands and step to the top of your space. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Sweep your arms up. Rise, bring your hands together overhead. And pull that energy into your heart. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Keep your neck in line with the spine. High plank, put your hands under your shoulders. Step back and lower halfway or all the way. You can always go to cobra or upward facing dog. Maybe you push through a child's pose to get to downward facing dog. Look in between your hands and step to the top of your space. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep your arms up, rise with a flat back. Bring your hands together overhead and bring that energy into your heart without further ado. Moving into Agni Namaskar. Inhale your arms up. Utkatasana chair pose. Breathe here. Clasp your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Straighten your elbows as much as you can and dive forward. Allowing your hands to come off your back. Straightening your legs as much as is comfortable, which may not be all the way like me. Maybe it does. Release your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. And let's go. First set of up to 12 push-ups. Knees can be on or off the ground. Go. And when you're done with 12, Anahatasana, puppy dog pose. Your hips are over your knees. Let your forehead rest on the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe even squeeze your elbows toward each other if that feels good. And then slither forward on your belly. Up dog or cobra, or maybe even like a kind of sphinx like I'm doing. And then come to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up into the air. Bend your knee, open your hip. Make some circles. Maybe one way, maybe the other. Knee, ankle. And then look forward. Step your foot through. Drop your back knee. Untuck your back toes. And here's our first detour. Bring your hands actually just on your right thigh here. And kind of push the bone away as you pull your hip back a little bit, feeling some spaciousness in your hip here. And then if by the way, this is hurting your knee, you can just kind of roll up your mat and give your knee a little bit more cushioning. Sink into your front knee, allowing your left front of your leg, that hip flexor, to open up. And then come on back to neutral. Inhale your arms up. Bring your palms together and let's twist. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Pushing your knee into your elbow. Elbow pushing back into knee. Top hand into bottom hand. And then release. Untuck your mat if you've done that. Tuck your back toes. Second set of up to 12 push-ups. If you remember, we'll do 9 sets total. So perhaps you want to change your hand position. Whenever you're ready, go. Remember to breathe. And when you're done with 12, Anahatasana, heart opening pose. Head on the floor, letting your chest kind of hammock here. And then scoot through. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. And circles, ankle, knee. Kind of looking up underneath your left armpit there. And then come on back, step your left foot through. Get your heel and knee lined up, untuck your right toes. And bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Push your left thigh bone forward and away from you as you pull back in your left hip socket. Try to stay relaxed where you don't need to be tense. And then really get juicy. Sink into the front of your right thigh, your right hip flexor here. Breathe, especially if it feels tight. Doing probably a lot more being sedentary than a lot of us are used to. Come on back to neutral. Don't be leaning forward so much. Lift your arms up. Bring your hands together at your heart and twist. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And then unwind. Get ready. Pick your hand position. Second set, or third set rather. Up to 12. Get ready and go. When you're done with 12, or whatever number you choose to, of course, Anahatasana, please don't ever feel that you need to do 12. Maybe you do them sometimes, maybe you do them never. Do your best. Scoot forward, upward facing dog or cobra. Come on to downward facing dog, look in between your hands. Step to the top of your space, halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair, Utkatasana. Bring your hands together, overhead, come to standing. Inhale your arms up. Chair. Clasp your hands together behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and bow. Bend your left knee and look up over your right shoulder here, pulling your hands to the right. And then switch sides. Bend your right knee, pull your hands to the right and look under your left shoulder. Maybe it's over your shoulder, I don't know. And then release. Fourth set, up to 12 push-ups. Maybe you want to put your knees down this time. I think I'm going to put my knees down this time and go. Finish 12. Hatasana. Scoot through, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee and bring it through, low lunge. This time rise to crescent. Bring your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift. As you're in this crescent pose, don't just think about what's going on with your hands. I invite you to also consider your back leg. So maybe pushing actively through your left heel as you reach your left hip bone forward. And then release your arms up. Spin your back foot flat. Open up warrior two. Keep your right knee tracking out to the right. Reach forward, flip your right palm, reverse warrior. So let your right knee move forward as your right fingertips move back, lifting up maybe even from your hip here. Left hand down your leg, or maybe behind your back. And then windmill your hands down. Number 5, pick a hand position. Yes, it does get harder. Okay, knees on or off the ground. Up to 12, go. Finished with 12 or whatever your number. Anahatasana. Maybe you squeeze your elbows toward each other. You get a little bit of a stretch that way, different stretch. Scoot forward. Up dog or cobra. Make your way to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, bring it through. Rise to crescent. Lift your arms up. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Try to take the alternate clasp if you remember which way you had it last time. And open up your chest. As on the other side, bring your right hip point forward as you actively push back through your right heel. Maybe your back leg is straight. Maybe it's not. Whoa. Losing my balance here. So how about we take that opportunity to move into warrior two. Keep your left knee tracking out. Reach forward, flip your left palm. Keep your left knee bent. Reverse warrior. So maybe you look down. Maybe you look up at your left hand. Whichever feels better for you. And then release. 6. Pick your hand position. Step your left foot back. Maybe widen your hands a lot this time, whatever suits you. Up to 12. On your mark, get set, go. When you're done, Anahatasana. Make it juicy. Scoot forward. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Check in with your form on your down dog. Maybe your hands are a little wide. Maybe your stance is a little long or short. Feet are wide. Just check in. Really come to a real down dog here. And then look in between your hands. Step to the top of your space. Half lift. Forward fold. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. Stand up. Bring your hands to your heart. Final set here. Inhale your arms up. Chair pose. Whoa. Let's take eagle. Right arm under, cross at your elbows. Clasp hands. Right leg up and over. Maybe you want to have your right toes on the ground. Sorry, that's left hand. I just did it backwards. Right arm under, right leg up and over. Sorry about that. So you want to maybe have your right toes on the ground. Maybe your right toes come behind your left, next to your left shin. And if you can, which I can't, Wrap your foot behind your calf. Maybe bring up your elbows in line with your shoulders. Maybe move your hand away from your face a little bit. Maybe sink a little lower. And then release. Stand up. Chair. Hands behind your back. Dive. 3 more sets to go, guys. We've got this. Halfway lift, lengthen. And then put your hands down. Step back. And before we do this, what I want to, instead of thinking about going down and then pushing up, maybe think about rising, lifting from underneath your belly as you come up. Ready when you're ready. Get going. 12, 4, less. Rising. Lifting from under your navel. When you're done with your 12, Anahatasana. Maybe you're one of those people who can put your elbows on the ground and then rest your chest on the ground. And if that's you, put your chin on the ground as well. And forward, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Low lunge. Drop your back knee. Runner's lunge. Bring your right foot up and toward the top right corner of your mat. And allow your forearms, allow your elbows to bend. Maybe forearms on the ground. Maybe you lay all the way down. Let's catch our breath here. 2 sets to go, you guys. Allow your glute muscles, your hamstring muscles, hip, joint, all this stuff we've got here, let it open. And then, come on up. You can keep your back knee on the ground or lift it. Bring your hands behind your back. Open up your shoulders. And now, set 8. Pick your hand position and go. Lifting up, remember? So rising. Keep your energy up. Ooh. Nice job. You got this. 1 more set. Let's get to an Anahatasana. Come forward. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bring it through. Come into runner's lunge. So just get there, right? You want to get your left foot beyond, heel beyond the knee, and sink down to your degree. Catch your breath. Look over your jaw. Yeah, how's your jaw doing here? Probably doesn't need to be too clenched. Come on up. Bring your leg back in. Crescent. Open your shoulders. Commit to the last one, yeah? Let's go. I'm going to do a wide hand position here. Step back. Do you have 12 this time? Give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it up. 11, 12. Mazel tov, 108 push-ups if you did all 12 with me each time. Puppy dog. Pull it through. Last up dog. Come to down dog. And let's take pigeon. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Allow your left knee to walk back a little bit and sink down to your degree, whatever that is. But please let your head rest on something. So maybe you stack fists if you have a block. Put your head on that. Maybe your head can rest on the ground. I'm not resting my head so you guys can hear me. But sending a message to your body, that was hard. Boy, you guys, we're going through a lot of hard stuff. Every single day is new. Every day is unknown. We don't know when things are going to return to normal, and we're not sure if things are going to return to normal. But you know what? We practice stuff like this to teach ourselves that we can go through hard things, and we can make it. Let's get into the other side the easy way. Shift onto your right hip. Swing your left leg around. Bend it. Shift onto your left hip. Swing your right leg around, pigeon pose. And if that was confusing to you, you're welcome to come into down dog and get into it that way. Sink on down. I wonder whether this is what we've been practicing yoga for. Nah, not really. I don't think we've been practicing yoga for a pandemic. I don't actually think that. But on some levels, yes, right? I mean, we put ourselves into challenging positions on the mat. I don't know, can I do 108 push-ups? That's a lot of push-ups. And we see how we show up. And it isn't about doing 108 or 8 at all push-ups. It's not about doing 2 push-ups. It's about saying, this is hard. How do I show up when things are hard? And do I like that? Is that working for me? And if it is, good. And if it's not, good also, because you've given yourself an opportunity to bring it into question and maybe do things differently. Come on up if you're all the way down. Sit on your left hip. Swing your legs around. And let's do a straddle. Just spread your legs. Maybe lift up from behind a little bit to shift even more forward. Try to give a little bit of a tilt to your pelvis. And then walk forward to whatever your degree is. You want to try to keep your back straight and get your chin out as far as you can, or the crown of your head out as far as you can. You don't want to crank your neck. Some people may be laying flat on the ground. Some people's legs may be much wider than mine. Do what your body has for you to do. And then walk back up. Bring your right arm across your body. Put your left hand on your tricep. Just give it a nice squeeze, opening up the shoulder that we worked so hard today. Switch sides. And I'm going to leave you guys here. I suggest that you come into a shavasana, lay on your back and take a few breaths there. Maybe go into a meditation. I hope that you will join me again soon. Namaste.